Hey sneaker friends, it's Tiffany here. Yes, I've got another new video set up for you. So I was trying to optimize my setup and I really wanted to make it more about the shoes and the product and really showing you and talk to you more about more shoes. And so I needed to make them faster, needed to be able to just turn them over a little bit faster. I got all these cool shoes sitting here that I haven't even reviewed with you. This is gonna be the first. So let me know what you think in the comments. And let's dive in. So yes, this is the Adidas 4D Forward 2 women's 7.5. This is not a new shoe by any stretch of the imagination. This shoe's been out for a while. People love it. This is my first 4D shoe ever. And so I am very excited about it. Not too much fancy with the box. It is recycled content. I think it says 90 to 95%. You know, we really want to make sure we're recycling these boxes and doing what we can to end the plastic waste for sure. So, these shoes, I just think they're beautiful. They're so clean. I love them, the look, the way they look on. I love the way when you look up close at them. I mean, you can barely see imperfections in this. And this pair was $139.99 at Dick's. So these, when they launched, were $199. So that tells you right there that they're a little bit older because I did not pay full price for them. So now the upper is the prime knit. And so you can see that the knit material is going through the collar, but you can also see, well, it's going through the throat and into the forefoot, but you can see the collar is stitched and turned here. So you can see it on both sides. Now, sometimes, if you can pull the sock liner out, which you can here, we'll get back to that. Sometimes you can pull up the collar of the shoe. Now, in this one, you can't. It's caught in that stitch you see down there at the bottom, but you can also cut that stitch and pull that collar up if you want to see what's under there. But I'm planning on wearing these and running in them, and so I don't want to do that this time. But basically, prime knit in the upper. You also have some basic fabric, and you can see where it's seamed right here, welded together. So that was a way for them to basically put all the cost into the midsole of the shoe. Now, the midsole, I'd usually measure your durometer, right? I would usually do this, but I can't because, again, this is a totally different material. It's based on structure versus foam resiliency. Now, I can measure the hardness of your outsole, so we'll just take a look at that first. Continental rubber outsole. This stuff's really good in the wet and dry. So I'm going to line it up on one of those lugs, press it down. We get about a 70 to 72 measurement of the hardness. That's pretty good. I mean, that's nice and durable. From a measurement, let's see what we have here. Got the old calipers out. So the web, that's the piece on the bottom that basically connects all the lugs. The lugs sit up on top of that. The web here is about, gosh, it's hard to measure something, about 1.75 millimeters. So that's close to 2 millimeters. But it is under 2 millimeters. And then we'll measure the lug height. They're pretty uniform, so we'll just drop it there. It's about 2 millimeters. So that's about 3.75, almost 4 millimeters of outsole, which is actually quite great. Now, this upper is glued. You can see the little glue marks here and there, especially where the rubber around the tip is. You can see that glue kind of hanging out there. That is how the upper is glued to this bottom. No issue. That's pretty standard there. It is strobled. There's nothing fancy there. This shoe is really about the minimalist upper with the great fit, sock-like fit. This 4D technology looking cool, feeling. Well, from a feeling standpoint, I felt like it was a little bit hard. But I think over time, as I get more miles in it and more time in it, it'll feel softer. But I love the look of it. I think it's super cool. Pretty standard oval lace. Nothing fancy there. The sock liner, also pretty standard. It is molded, so it's a little thicker on the end. So let's measure here in the toe. It's about 4 millimeters thick, 3.8. It's got some little bumps on the bottom. The heel is molded and it is cut. So it gives you a little bit of cushioning, but not much. Let's check the durometer on that, see if it's thick enough. So you're at about a 40 durometer, a Shore A durometer on this. So it's not really doing much except protecting that strobel, protecting your foot from that strobel. All right, so let's weigh these. We'll weigh the other shoe first. Now, 307 grams for the right. Let's measure the left. Remember, we measure these to see how consistent the construction is. When they're crazy off, you know they have trouble making them. 300. So let's make sure it zeros. And you got 307. So I would imagine there's a bit of a difference. So that's 7-gram difference. I would imagine there's a bit of difference when you do this printing and how much material is in there and isn't in there. You can actually see in the printing right here where the geometry starts to change shape. It's kind of cool how you can see the angles and different things going on. So, well, this is the Adidas 4D Run 2. It's been out for a while. Let me know what you think in the comments. I see these have great reviews on Adidas's website. I think 4.7 stars, which is awesome. And I think the heel to toe drop is a total of 11. So it's 32 millimeters in the heel and 21 in the forefoot. And again, that's the height. And so the heel is always higher usually. Sometimes it's flat. There are actually a couple shoes with negative, but it's higher to a lower, so it pitches you forward a little bit, right? So that your heel's moving forward. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. Do you love these? Do you have them? Are you getting more pairs? Because they're discounted right now on Adidas's website also. All right, have an awesome day. Bye.